Glad to have you back. Now we are discussing the postponement of the general elections, which is involving the presidential and the National Assembly, which has been shifted to the 23rd of this month. Now, whether or not this would affect how voters will turn out on next week Saturday still remains an issue, but I think Nigerians still believe this is a keenly contested election and they have to participate as much as possible. And we still have back in our studio Tuyi Mebawondu, a political analyst. Thank you very much for coming back.
My pleasure.
And we also have Gbola, also a political analyst as well. Now, gentlemen, I believe while you were behind the scene, you were watching the reaction from the INEC PRO Lagos State saying that, well, they are maintaining status quo and waiting for further directive from the communication in Abuja. And you know, our previous conversation was talking about the line of communication that INEC has gone through so far. What do you expect in terms of the movement of these sensitive and non-sensitive materials and their security coming from directives from above in Abuja?
Who's that directed to?
You.
Okay. We move money on a daily basis in Nigeria, and to a larger extent, they don't get lost. Sensitive materials as they are sensitive materials, and within the context of the the extant regulation, those sensitive materials don't come into use until 7:30 a.m. this morning by the regulation, when the presiding officer and the 3 assistant presiding officers ought to audit the materials they have. 7:30 a.m. The postponement was announced at 2 a.m. and INEC would have had enough time to instruct that all sensitive materials should be managed in a particular way. So if I were to reconcile the fact, the time, and the nature of the sensitive materials, I would want to believe that if there is no orchestrated and very strategic mischief in place, a larger percentage of those sensitive materials ought to still be sensitive and secured. Given the chronology of event, the extant regulation governing the conduct of balloting, election and balloting on election day. So your concern is genuine, logical, and reasonable. But I cannot sit here to also say Nigerians should be overly alarmed that, you know what, willy-nilly or inevitably, this is road to perdition.
Tuyi.
Again, I like the response of the INEC PRO in Lagos, because they said the command should come from the INEC headquarters, what they should do with it. But we can make an intelligence guess that as it were, those materials will still be in a safe keep before this morning. So they don't need to move them this morning to the place and for safe keep. So again, the appropriate thing is, of course, to account for those sensitive materials and return them to where they are equally safe this morning. I agree with you that the communication from INEC has been tardy. It's not really what we expect from a high-level organization like INEC. We expect a seamless communication. I feel like by this, before even now, as at that night, they ought to have informed the different state INEC offices what to do and what they should do. In fact, the PRO should actually be telling us what they should do. Not just those people, they should have informed us. But we now have to wait till 2 o'clock now to hear a full briefing. For me, that is too long a time. When you create such a gap in communication, you allow rumors and speculations to crop in. And for you know now, as we're now, the public space is filled with all sorts of rumors, ignorance, and personal perception that can distort even the truth in when it comes. So the information management at level of INEC is honestly below par.
Now, we know that Ekiti, Niger, Taraba State are some of the states identified, but don't you expect that by now this morning we should have a chart to say, out of the 36 states and the FCT, these are the numbers of states that have complete...
One is scheduled for 2 p.m. today.
Yeah, so we should have all of those updates. Not necessarily a press, but from the tweets of INEC's office.
No, you see,
there's
No,
no...
we want them to go Trumpian. Just every nanosecond.
No, not that. You see, honestly, elections are supposed to have happened today.
How many have been covered now?
David,
How many will be covered
election
soon?
ought to have happened today. You postpone it. There must be a situation room that should inform us regularly on what you are doing until all of us are assured. Because you need to, everybody's angry.
That situation room has been set up, but giving you the information or pushing out those information is the problem now. Why
should it be a problem?
INEC put up, I'm just saying, INEC put up pictures of the situation room saying that they're ready, battle ready to handle the elections today. Unfortunately, that news came out a few hours after they posted that. So the situation room is up and running. You can see personnel sitting by their computers with headphones, but then how come we're not getting the information and feedback that we deserve?
That's what I was saying exactly, that the information management, at least at the level of that INEC, in such a sensitive thing has been very, very poor, below standard. So because that situation should have been used to regularly inform us, make information out. This is what is happening. This is what is happening. We are showing this. And be really interacting with the populace. It's not just, go there, you read a prepared text, and then after that, you disappear. Everybody is angry. Twitter is a buzz. Social media, everybody is complaining. The coppers that are deployed are not happy. Yes, because again, in the first part of this discussion, I was able to see with them and rationalize why this thing could happen. But now, honestly, after that, this morning, I'm expecting a proper information management to reassure us that the electorates, the parties involved, that don't worry. We are on top of the situation. This is what we're doing. This is what we're going to do better. We should have that kind of interactive situation, state by state, polling booth by polling booth, local government by local government.
Now, we'll take a quick break, isn't it?
Yes, a quick break, and we'll be back. We still have Mr. Tuyi and Mr. Gbola in the studio.